Welcome, beautiful yogis. So glad you're here. This is gentle yoga, and we'll start on our backs. Perhaps you are there already. It's always nice to see you. And we're going to lie on the back, hug knees in. Our practice today is about stabilizing the sacrum, strengthening the core, and opening the hips so that we can walk a long way and sit a long time without any discomfort. All right, here we are on our backs. As you find your body resting on your back, either legs straight or your knees bent, just place your hands on your tummy and this diamond shape where your thumbs slightly touch and your finger pads of your index slightly touch. So close your eyes and sense what is here for you in this moment. Coming as you are today, with whatever aches and pains, concerns, worries, delights, fatigues, whatever's coursing through you at this moment. Notice it with the observer eye, which has no judgments. We welcome ourselves exactly as we are. And align now your attention with your breath. Fill your hands with your inhale. So there is this inflating of your tummy as the breath fills your body. We're going to blow the breath away with a dandelion breath. Feel how, as we do that, the belly relaxes back. And we'll do it again. Nose breathing in, inflating your belly so it rises and spreads. Perhaps the touch of your thumbs and your index fingers separate. And now we blow the breath away, feeling how the tummy relaxes back, and maybe your fingers touch again, find each other again, maybe. Deeply in. The inflating, the little pause moment, the blowing it away as the belly deflates and softens back to the empty moment. Same exactly, we'll add to the awarenessing. Nose breathes in, tummy inflates. The little holding moment, noticing now your low back. Perhaps your sacral area has tilted a little bit, your tailbone into the mat, a little hollow at your low back. Now as we exhale, can you press that area flatter into the mat again? And now we're a little more active about that exhale, pulling in internally. Relax for the inflating through the nose. Being generous, taking your time to fill completely, to pause, to blow it away and flatten your sacrum, beginning to contract your pelvic floor and your low belly muscles to now begin to squeeze your breath out. We're going to do 2 more rounds of this one. Breath, slow, smooth, tilting pelvis. And on the exhale, flattening sacrum, internal contraction, and finding maybe the tailbone is lifted slightly up off the floor, a little curl in. And we'll do it one more time. Good. So please now bring your right knee in towards your chest, holding behind your thigh or around your shin bones. And as we exhale, same exhale, flattening the sacrum, internal contracting of the pelvic floor and the low belly muscles. Going to feel a little bit asymmetric here. Ready to breathe in, let the knee move away. Inflating of the belly, it's a little hollowing at your sacrum. And the exhale, it could be blowing it away. Squeeze inwards. As you internally squeeze your pelvic floor and low belly muscle, albeit asymmetrically. And we do it one more time. Place your right foot next to your left foot, and we now do it with the left knee, holding either behind your thigh or around your shin. And as we exhale, draw it all close in, flattening your back, squeezing internally. To now do the opposite with the inhale. The knee draws away, the belly inflates, the low back lifts slightly, the sacrum tilting. Ready to exhale, draw it in. Remembering the internal muscular contracting. We have two more of these. It calls for a little effort to that internal pelvic floor and low belly contracting as we exhale. Coming to the last one. Now place your left foot beside your right foot, meaning your knees are up, they're bent, and your arms, let's take them wide out from your shoulders. So the palms are open, the upper arm is rotated open, and your shoulders fall back. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat. And we're just going to roll the low body now. As you exhale, tip your knees and your feet leftwards. Just roll onto that left buttock. Right's going to come up a little bit, and the head rolls to your right. Stay here. Breathe in. Feel everything that's palpable. And we'll stay again for the exhale. This is the inhale. Well, we'll bring the knees back up. And let them tip towards the right for this exhale and head leftwards. Staying here for our inhalation. And staying again for the exhalation. Knees now come to center, as does your head. And from the sacrum right at the middle, draw your right knee in again with both hands, and this time send your left leg straight up into the air. This is the inhale, and once we see that foot up there, exhale, circle the left foot in the air. And then reverse the circling for the inhalation. Flex the foot at the top of the breath, and then the left leg slowly lowers down to the mat. Feel what happens. Sacrum's pinned, maybe a little hollowing at the low back. little touch down, and up we come with the left leg. And the left leg goes back down. We have one more of these. Raise your left leg and wrap both hands around the left knee. Squeeze it in. Good. Breathing in, we send the right leg straight up to vertical. Low back stays pinned. And then the relaxed right foot circles in the air on exhale. Circling the other way, ready to breathe in. Flex your foot, full of breath. Right leg slowly down, length of exhale. So notice how the core muscles kick in as the leg gets lower. Bring the leg up again, breathing in, keep it slow. And lower the leg again. One more time. Bring your right leg up. This time we bend the knee and place a hand on each knee. Squeeze both in close. And then let your feet come down to the mat, fairly near your sitting bones, and your hands are also near your feet. And press your sacrum into the mat, flattening your sacrum, your low back. And now as we press the hands and feet, raise your hips for a little bridge lift. Hips come up on the inhalation, lower back down on the exhalation, keeping the tail tucked under so that your low back, then your sacrum arrives, and then release the buttocks. Good. Curl the tailbone. Inhale, raise your hips. Keep the knees steady. Lower down. And so we'll do a few more of these, adding a little pause at the top of the breath. So up we come. Hold your full inhalation. And now tuck the tail, exhaling, return back to the mat. One more, same breath, rise. Suspend the breath as we keep this lifted bridge. And tail tucks on the journey back down. Releasing the buttocks here. Good. Same action. Tail curls up first, inhaling, raising the hips and the right arm. Now we've got the right arm extended. We've got the hips high and a little pause of the breath. The exhale brings everything back. Head to center, arm back down, and hips back down. See if they can all arrive at the end of the breath. A little release moment. Feet press down. Right hand presses down as we inhale. Curl the tail. Let it lead the way. Hips rise. Left arm rises. We could turn to look to the right. Little pause here. And bring it all back down to our starting place. Landing and releasing. Good. Here we go again. Feet pressed down. The right arm rises. Keep a lovely long line from your knee to your hands. In other words, the knees are not facing out. We've got the little pause at the top, and down we come. So while we are stabilizing and strengthening the hips and the sacrum and the core, we're also regulating the breath. Left arm, hips come up, little pause, all of this working together to regulate the nervous system, to bring us deeper into focus, and return. As we did, the rising of the hips and the right arm, the turning of the head, all while the inhale is happening. We hold this peak moment full of breath, and down we come, real slow. Little release, and up we come again with the left arm. Stable hips, steady knees and quads. Lowering down. We're going to change up the arms, same action with the hips. Inhale, tail leads the way as we raise the hips, both arms now. The head stays at center and the both arms reach overhead. Maybe the thumbs are touching the floor, the palms face inwards. We've got a full breath hold, suspended moment. And arms lower in sync with the exhalation. Bone by bone, the tucked tail, and the slow descend and the moment of release, which is quite brief, because we're rising again. Incoming breath, up we come. Spine, arms, slowly to arrive at the top, to hold here, and slowly return. The little release moment. We've one more. Inhaling, rise. The reach and the suspension of the fullness of breath, holding the shape, and then the slow return, very controlled, regulating the breathing, the movement, to arrive and then release the arms, the buttocks, normal breaths, a little moment of sensing, feeling what's here now. This lovely slow opening to our practice today, drawing us in, being magnetized into your body and how it is today, to experience it exactly as it is. Good, and so now a little shift of your tail lifting and landing a little closer to your heels. So we've just stretched the sacrum out, flattened it to lift the feet now. Both feet are lifted, knees over hips, shin bones parallel to the mat. We're on the diagonal now. Right arm and left leg extend away as we breathe in. At the fullness of breath and the fullness of the stretch, hold. Exhale, come back to our starting place. Ready to breathe in, left arm, right leg, extend. So the right leg is above the floor, not very high. The left arm is on the floor if you can, above your head. We're in the suspending moment, and bring it back. Right arm, left leg. Extend, hold the breath. And now the muscles have to work here to hold that leg above the ground, to keep the stretch. Maybe you can feel that in your core. Lower back is pinned. Exhale, return. Left arm, right leg, breathing in. Holding. and returning. Nice. Hand on each knee, draw them close to your body and circle them together. So now we're rolling on that sacral area. Circling the other way. Now let your feet come to the mat. The knees are still bent. And bring your hands to hold your head. And just let your head rest in your hands a moment. See how that feels. We've changed. Little subtle shifts in sensation. And again, we're on the diagonal line. Press your low back into the mat, fill up with a breath. And now when you're ready to exhale, bring your left knee towards your right elbow, curl the upper body and turn it a little leftwards. Inhale, coming back to the mat. And exhale, left elbow to right knee. Now our pause in the breath is right here. We're on empty. Inhale, come back. And over we go again, right elbow to left knee, breathing out and pause on the no breath moment. Inhale. Other side, curl up, exhale, and hold this lift, the muscular contraction, suspended breath, and inhale, coming back. Good, let's do two more each side. Inhale. Exhale across. Stay. Inhale. One more each side. Suspended breath. Inhale, come back. And our last one, over we go. Left elbow to the right knee, exhaling and holding the no breath moment. Inhale, return. Rest your head, bring your hands again to form a diamond over your belly and soles of the feet together, knees wide. Soft belly breaths. Allowing now the hips. If it feels too much, you'll bring your blocks to support your hips, knees. Slow and natural breath, no suspensions. One more here. Please now as you exhale, bring your knees back together. Flatten the feet, little hips width apart. Flatten the sacrum, palms near your feet. Bridge pose now to hold. So curl up, raise your hips, parallel knees. Activate your arms with either hooked thumbs or fingers under your back or hold your mat. But draw the upper arms vigorously under and use the ball of the feet, the heels. Lift your toes and spread them. And let's stay here for the 3 breaths. ribs fill. Very active exhale, tummy contracts. Staying with your feet activated, ribs fill up. Tummy contracts on exhalation. We do it for one more breath. Something marvelous is happening to the knees. We are strengthening the knees with this arch activated, spreading toes. Good. Deep contracting exhalation. Place the toes back down. And now fill up with the breath. Hold your full breath. Ready to exhale, move your arms, tuck your tail, and lie down on the mat. Slowly landing, softening and releasing buttocks and arms and throat and face and everything that might have gotten so involved in all that. Lie your right ankle across your left thigh and bring your left foot a little to the midline, in line with your tailbone, and press it down fully and lay your palms flat near your hips. Press down through your arms and shoulders and left foot. Inhale, raise your hips. Might feel a little wobbly. Exhale, come back down. We'll just wake up these muscles for this. No retentions. Come up. Lower down. One more. Left-legged bridge pose. Exhale. Down. Good. Release your buttock muscles and arms, but leave your right leg as it is. Taking your left foot off the mat, so you're bringing it all a little closer as though we were doing threading the needle. But we're not threading, we're bringing the hands now to cup the head. So, legs in this formation, inhale away a little bit. And then as we exhale them in, curl up towards your legs. Inhale the head down and the legs away. So we've got the letter 4 now in the legs. Exhale, curl up. We have 3 more of these. Strengthening in the core as we curl up. 2 more. Notice the action in the lower back and the sacrum. As we curl up, we're deeply flattened. As we breathe in, we've got that little hollowing, little pelvic tilt, and up we come. Rest your head down, take your arms wide, and wrap your right thigh over your left. Let that one foot, it's your left foot, land. Scooch a little to the right. We're letting the wrapped legs now drop to the left. And the upper body staying as flat as you can, adjusting in a way that your left side has space and your right upper back can relax. Feeling this wound up, spiraled shape, softening into it. And letting the breath just flow. One more lovely breath. Now bring your knees back up. Uncross them. and find the midline with your sacrum. To now bring your left ankle across. Left knee is wide. Inch your right foot a little to the midline as we're coming now to this one-legged bridge. The arms close on your mat near your hips. Hands and foot press down as we inhale. Lift the hips, no pause. Exhale down. 2 more times. Nice. Lower the sacrum. Release the buttocks. Bring the legs stay. Bring your hands to hold your head. Feel this moment. Soften into the belly muscles. Rest the head. Rest your mind. Rest your breath. And now the right foot comes off the floor. Leave your left leg exactly where it is. As we exhale, draw your legs close and lift your torso up towards your legs as they draw in. Head inhales back, knees away, legs away. Exhale, curl up. 3 to go. 2 to go. 1. Rest your head. And close the gap between your legs, letting that foot land to shift your hips slightly left. And the knees and hips are going to roll to the right now. Head to left. Oh, and just the spine is freeing up with all this as the sacrum stabilizes. Sometimes we feel a little pop in the spine. And the breath just flows. We come back to center with the head, undo the legs, shift your sacrum to the middle. And we've got one more bridge pose. Palms are flat, near your hips, feet grounded. Rise with your hips. Set your arms in the way that you can, so your arms are activated, clasped, or holding mat. Parallel your feet. Press the ball of the feet down and curl all your toes up and spread them. Ground through the heels. Ribs breathe in. Strong belly, pelvic floor contraction as we breathe out. Legs, everything stays. 2 more. Soft belly for the full inhalation. Contracting belly and pelvic floor for the very active exhalation. Press the toes to the mat. Fill up through your nose. Hold the full pose, hold your breath. Grounding through the feet. Undo the arms, move them out of the way. Tuck the tail, pelvic tilt as we come on down. And release on the mat. And bring a knee into each hand. One hand, one knee, sacrum flattened, and separate the knees to circle them in the opposite ways. Let's go 3 times round. And then reverse that circling for 3 more. Last one coming up. Please roll to your side to come to 4s. And have your blocks ready. They're just nearby as we have the palms pinned into the mat, inhaling into the cow shape, little dip in the back, curl toes. No, not toes, round back. Look down. This is the exhale. Inhaling chest forward. And so in this pelvic tilt, spread your sit bones a bit. And as we tuck under, tilt the pelvis forward, squeeze your low belly, pelvic floor muscles, very active exhale. Release for breath in. Hold the fullness of the breath here. And then we go into the exhale, tuck under, squeeze inwards, hold the empty moment. As we did the inhalation, so your spine is moving with the breath, and now we're going to hold the shape in the full breath. Go into the exhale, shape, and inward squeeze. 1 to go. So we're amplifying, stretching in this pausing at each end of the breath. Ready to exhale, curl under. Coming down to a neutral back and reach for your low or middle setting of your blocks. Now our arms are longer as we move into the hips. Knees are close together. And we'll begin with the right leg. Lift it up. Lift your chest. And bring your knee forward, round your back. So the pelvis is doing the same action. Inhale, lift, so we're not pausing now. Flowing. On this third one, we'll step the right foot to the mat, forward of the blocks. Press the foot down. Let's rise. So use the grounding of the foot to find the buoyancy of the inhale, to raise the arms, circle them wide, and we'll stay upright now, steadying here. The left arm next to the ear on inhale, and lean to your right on your exhale. So it's a side tilt, steadying through the front knee. Ready to come up on the next inhale. Raise your right arm so both arms are overhead and your hips are over your shoulders. Exhale, lean forward and bring your hands back to the blocks. And straighten your back leg. Curl the toes, straighten the back leg. And breathe here, nice and strong. Lengthening and strengthening. Flowing breaths, no pauses. On the exhalation, the back knee comes down and we'll draw the front leg back. Starting again from the beginning of this sequence where the left knee lifts up, chest lifts, inhale, as though the toes were trying to reach the back of the head. Not going to happen, but that's the feeling. Exhale, nose towards knee. That likely isn't going to touch either. We'll do it again. Inhale, round under. We're coming to our third one, where we step. Plant the foot and raise the arms up. All the way to vertical, lower the arms and steady this kneeling stance. Now it's your right arm, bring it up next to your ear. Get long as we now tilt, side bend to the left. Stay here to breathe. Body is navigating its way internally to find balance and steadiness. Our awareness grounding through that front foot is very helpful. On the next breath in, raise the left arm so we're back to the vertical. Lean forward, hands come back to the blocks. Curl the back toe and straighten the back leg. And breathe here. Exhaling your back leg down, knee down, front leg back. Extended child's pose, wide knees, feet close. Reach your arms with or without the blocks forward. And melt your heart, your brow to the mat. And fill the whole of your lungs and the whole of your trunk with breath. Flowing breaths, just much deeper than the autopilot breathing. And we come back up, walk the knees in, blocks to the sides. As we now come back to the diagonal line, we did the diagonal line on the back, now in fours. So your belly is lightly drawn in as we stretch the right leg parallel to the mat, toes point down, hips are level, left arm reaches forward, and we hold this balanced place. Focusing on these same deep, lovely breaths. One more. On the exhale, hand and knee come back down. Taking the second side. Left leg now parallel to the mat, flexed foot, level hips, and the right arm level with the ground. And your breaths even. And lower down. Good. From here, hands walk a little forward, knees a little back, curl the toes. Let's take a downward dog. Bring your knees way up. And your hips way back. And your heart way through your shoulders. You might want to adjust your feet a little forward or a little back so you feel that you're steady here. And now we'll raise and lower both heels. Twice more. So we want symmetry in the feet. Notice how the balls of the feet are pressing down as the heels move. Good. And now on the lowering of the heels, look forward and move your shoulders directly over your hands. If you're not level, inch your feet back. And then bring your knees down and lower your chest all the way down for Sphinx pose. Taking it off the wrists and into the forearm where we press down and feel this place. The feelings of the leg very active, both of the legs very active. And now we'll bring the legs in a little bit and see if you can lift the left leg long and straight just off the mat. Inhale, lower down. Right leg just off the mat, lower down. So we're going to repeat this one leg at a time. The inhale is the lift. Keep your forearms working as well. Lower down. Other leg, lift. Lower down. We've got one more for each side. And now as this leg lands, soften the whole body. Bring your brow to rest on your hands. And consciously release your shoulders, your upper body, your back, your buttocks, even the knees. Feet relaxed, flopping. And the breath filling the whole of your trunk. So while we're relaxed, we're still breathing fully, with diligence, with intention. Now the arms reach to your sides and back. That means your chest will already be up and the palms are facing down. Broaden your collarbones and that will lift your chest a little bit more. Head's not going to be very high here. We're on the low belly and the pubis. The legs are active. Stay to breathe. The breaths are even, in and out. No pauses. Just sustaining this upper body lift. One more breath. Exhale, make a pillow. And again we go into the completely relaxed mode. Complete drop. And the breath pours into that relaxed place. Good. Second round. Activate your legs. Bring your palms down next to your body again, reaching back. Lift your shoulder heads, broaden the collarbones. We're still looking towards the front of the mat. Same action, except now we're adding on. Inhale your left leg just off the mat and back down. Right leg up. It's not high. And down. Left, inhale. Exhale down. Right. And down. We'll do one more each side. Left leg on the in. And lower. Right leg. And lower. Good. And now a nice big inhale. And come into the relaxed mode, supporting your brow, and completely relax your back. Please bring your hands next to your ribs, pressing to hands and knees, and take your seat back towards your heels. Any amount that you can, drawing the tail down now and feeling how the sacrum can again get that nice space. Extended child's pose. Good. Come to fours and get 1 or 2 blocks between your feet to sit on. Have your strap at hand as well. Sitting in Virasana, some can sit without blocks between the feet. Some need 1 flat block and some need 2 flat blocks. And some will say, no way, Jose, and I sit cross-legged. So here we are, little adjustment of the wardrobe, and bring your strap along your right shoulder, front to back. Raise your right arm all the way up. Bend the elbow and walk your hand down your back, and your left arm comes up from behind to catch your strap, or your hands hooked in together. Just see what's here. So align your head now at the middle, level with your spine. In other words, not looking forward, not particularly looking up. And you might even lower your gaze as we stay now in this shape, breathing a square breath. We've done that already. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. As we did, breathe in. Pause. The exhale. No breath. Last one. In. Suspend your full breath. Breathe out. Suspend your empty breath. Normal breathing. As we let go the hand or the strap, bringing hands to thighs, stay inward as we feel the natural breath here. No holding. Be the witness. And from here we'll take the strap to the other side. It's the left arm now, left shoulder, left arm lifts, elbow bends, and the right arm climbs up the back. Catch where you can. It's going to feel different. So we're mostly asymmetrical by now. Find the midline of your head, your face, the lowered gaze. Be where you can be now for our breath practice, 3 square breaths. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Hold the empty moment. Inhale. And pause. Exhale. And pause. One more time. In to pause. And out. To hold the empty moment. Letting go your hands. Bring them to rest on your thighs as you rest in your natural breath. Fully present. Good. Please remove the strap to the side. Coming off your blocks, bring them to the front of the mat nearby. And we'll bring the elbows down onto the mat now. We'll do a forearm balance, starting with what we call dolphin pose. Palms together, forearms pressed down, knees under hips. Curl your toes and raise your knees up towards straight legs. Parallel feet, ball of the feet on the mat. Even though we're not lifting the toes, can you spread them? And the breaths are without pauses, flowing. One more cycle. Options now, little choice moment. You can bring the knees down to rest, inch your feet back to lower your hips for the forearm plank. And so now we're parallel to the mat. The head is now not hanging. And we're breathing into the strength of the legs and the core and the upper body. Biceps and triceps all engaged. The next inhale is that deep one. Hold the breath. Exhale, lower down. Make a pillow with your hand and we drop again into that lovely, relaxed place. Let go. And let's flip over onto the back. It's a knee-hugging moment. In the knee hugging, we stretch the sacrum, the lower back deeply, even rocking a little. And then leaving the knees as they are, just bring your palms flat near the hips and flatten the entire arm and the shoulders down so the shoulder heads are pressing into the mat. Inhale your both legs to straight flexed feet. And exhale, bend the knees and let your feet relax, flop near the buttocks. Inhale, extend the legs, little holding of the breath, flexed feet. Exhale, bend the knees and relax the feet and a little holding of the breath. Inhale, extend the legs, flexed feet, a little holding of the breath. Bend the knees, exhaling and resting on the empty, flopped feet. One more time. Extend sustain. Bending to let go the breath and rest in that released place, no breath. Please let your feet now come to the mat. Roll the arms a little open, cobbler's pose. So we were here early on. Head might roll a little to find the center point with your head. The center point where your feet match up. Can you find all the toes to match up? And as you line up the outer edges of the feet, a little deeper intensity into the inseam of your thighs and a little hollowing at your back. If that feels too much, place the blocks to support the wide knees. Fully present in this shape. Deep ease. And now we'll bring the knees back up. You can help them up with your hands. As you place the feet flat again, just lift your sacrum and let it lie down spacious and comfortable. And then we'll reach for a low block and place it exactly there on that sacral spot, lifting the hips. Get right in the flattened area where it's supportive and comfy, and tuck your arms really close in so they're outwardly rotating. Collarbones are wide, sternum wide. You can stay or raise the legs to hang in the air. And just as we did a moment ago, we're just here to experience our own being in this body, in this moment. No instructions. And now we'll bend the knees and let the feet come back to the mat. Leave the block there a moment if you can. Draw the right knee into your chest, hold it with both hands. Slide the left leg straight, heel on the mat. So deep muscles, psoas, quadriceps. Calming into awareness. And now we'll just switch sides. Left thigh close, right leg extended, pushed through the heel. Listening always to your own body. And let your knee go, left foot flat, right foot beside it. Good. Remove the block And lower your hips slightly to the right of center. And wrap your right thigh over your left to let your knees roll leftwards. And this now a very softened shape. You can undo the legs if it feels too much. And just fully present in your body in this shape, breath taking its own way. Breathing in, we'll bring the knees back up and set up a second side, little shift, left of center, left thigh over the right, and over we go. Again, just this dropping in. So the mind becomes so quiet because we did those pranayams. So it's lovely to rest in stillness. And coming up. And so then we make our way to the center line, set up for final relaxation. Gently laying out your physical form, your limbs, your bones, your soft body, relaxing over your bones. And with the support that you've pulled in for you today, drop deep and relax. And so as you inhale now, stretch your fingers, spreading the palms, and as you exhale, release that. And as you inhale again, push through your heels, so we're stretching the legs. And exhale, release that. One more time, both hands and feet. Inhale, stretch and push. And relax. Draw the knees in. Roll to your side where we'll rest in the gratitude moment. Make your way up to sit. So wonderful to practice with you, beautiful yogis. Namaste.